What's going on, y'all? It is Bidrigo here, and I kind of just wanted to make a quick video kind of showcasing all the guns that I've purchased throughout the year. And I kind of panic bought a lot of these guns that you're about to see, and I accumulated them all within the year. Kind of because I'm a resident in Colorado, and currently the gun laws in Colorado are not looking too hot. So I'm kind of panic buying and trying to see. Might as well get them while I can, you know what I mean? So I kind of want to do this video. We'll do all the pistols that I have so far for the year, and then we'll go up and up into PCCs, and then a shotgun I have, and then inner rifles. So the first ever handgun that I ever bought is this one right here. And for YouTube compliance, yes, we are clear. And this is a Palmetto State dagger, completely stock, bone dry here. I mean, it's oiled up a little bit, but this is a pretty good budget handgun. You can find them on sale now for around 300 to 350 bucks. I've seen them as low as like 200 and something because they have a closeout sale going on. But yeah, overall, just a Glock 19 Gen 3 clone, nothing too special. I bought it with a bundle, came with an AR-15 at the time, and I believe the bundle was like 800 bucks. You get this and you get an AR-15. Really can't beat it for the price, considering most AR-15s that are up there will cost you about 800 bucks. So a handgun and an AR, not a bad deal. Really nice gun, does what it needs to do. The one complaint that I have about this gun is this trigger here. You can see it's kind of mushy, mush until you hit that wall, bam, and it's kind of a heavier trigger. But other than that, though, does what it needs to do, is shoot. I might Gucci this one later on, like, you know, get a cool colored lower for it, might throw a comp on it, change the barrel out, you know, throw an optic, and then make it a really cool, nice Glocado style build. But yeah, that is the Palmetto State dagger. In husband and wife fashion, if I have one, my wife has to have one. So boom, we got another one. This one is my wife's. This one is somewhat Gucci'd out. We have a gold threaded barrel here at the top, and I keep forgetting, but yes, we are clear here. And yeah, really dope slide here. We got industrial style marks here on the side. Boom, there on the back. And this is from a company, the slide and the optic are from a company called Swamp Fox. They're no longer in production right now, so if you wanted to get this specific slide, it'd be kind of hard to find. But yeah, you know, I just wanted to get my wife a quick little pistol, so that way she can train with and have fun with at the range. And she likes it a lot. The dot is pretty nice. Let me put it on a lower setting here. But yeah, you can see right there, that's kind of the sight picture you have with this handgun. Really dope. And once again, it is a dagger. It is pretty cheap. You know, this is a pretty cheap handgun. And yeah, this is my wife's Gucci Palmetto State dagger. Alright, so up next, you guys saw some Gen 3 Glock clones. A real Glock that I do own is a Gen 5 Glock 17. We have the extendo mag on here just because I think it looks cool, but I run it entirely stock because I have a separate purpose for this handgun. I actually prefer to EDC something like the PSA dagger over this because, you know, just size difference, even though the trigger is in fact better on this handgun. See, it's not as much creep. The wall's like right there, bam, and you fire. So a lot better of a trigger on these Gen 5s compared to any of the older generations. But yeah, let me show you guys what I have this Glock 17 purpose for. Bam, so we have the MX1, the Meta Tactical chassis kit here. This is a pretty dope chassis kit just because of how futuristic this thing looks, but it also comes with side M-lock slots, a pick rail on the front, this dope little, it is kind of there's some serrations there on the end. It's kind of a comp, but not really. But this just slides in here, no issue. We have a mag holder. This is loaded with FMJs, but the gun is clear. And the beauty of this chassis, this is a quick takedown, very easy to take down, very easy to put back together. And I have an NC Star detachable sight, makes it look cool. acts like a carry handle, really dope. You get to put this in a bag or whatever. This, obviously, the Gen 5 Glock is expensive. I got it off of a buddy for around 330 bucks, and then the chassis itself, I believe, was like 200 or some dollars. And then you pay extra for this little thing here, and you know, this folding stock, which is pretty fucking badass. You know, you have a nice compact PCC here, or PDW, for pretty cheap. You know, a lot cheaper than anything else, and it just looks insane. Tell me that doesn't look cool. This is a really dope PCC, and that's what I have my Gen 17 kind of, that's its sole purpose. So yeah, just to live in here and stay in here probably forever. I do plan on getting a different chassis system for Glocks, because I am a Glock fanboy, and I plan on buying a bunch of Glock clones and things like that. And one of the chassis systems I was looking at was the S Pro from Recover Tactical. It's kind of like the Flux Raider. Really cool chassis system, but as of right now, I don't feel a need to buy one, considering I already have this. And honestly, in my personal opinion, I think this looks cooler than that. It's just not as compact and concealable, but I might just end up getting it anyway, just because it is pretty cheap. I think they're selling them for around 300 bones. But yeah, this is my Meta Tactical MX1 chassis. Okay, so you see that that gun kind of has a bit of a futuristic look. This is a build that I'm trying to do for competition, and this is my Canik Mente SFX Pro. Bam, this is a cool gun. We are clear, nothing in the mag. Comes with a magwell standard, comes with a pretty nice trigger standard. Really beautiful gun. I believe the barrel is 5 inches, but with this cool compensator on the front, makes it around 6. And it just looks like a fucking hand cannon. Like, the profile of this is really nice. Comes with some night sights already. Now the furniture up front here, this is a Wasatch Arms compensator. Looks really dope. I picked up this gun at a pawn shop for around 400 bucks. Really good deal. Honestly, the Mete SFX Pro, or the Mete Pro, I don't know what it's exactly called, but it goes for a really good price. Canik, you know, you can count on them to be good and have a really nice stock trigger. Like, look at that. Oh my god, there's like barely a wall there. It does have that kind of double-sided safety right there, but really dope handgun. I'm trying to get the rest of the furniture built out, because the full build of this thing looks really dope. I'll put a picture up here. Once again, you know,
we just need money.
Anyway, yeah, that is the Canik Mente SFX Pro that I have in my collection. So up next, I think we'll go into the PCC category, or pistol caliber carbines that I have, since I already showed you the chassis kit. This is my Smith & Wesson FPC, and you can even look down there. There's nothing in the barrel there, so we are clear. I don't even have to show you that. But it's kind of surreal that when you're holding this thing, the barrel is looking right at you. But this is a foldable gun here, and it is 16 inches, so it's fully compliant with the NFA. You can throw your foregrip, you can do whatever the hell you want on here. I really got it because of this modularity, like how it has this M-lock, and I threw a Picatinny here on the bottom. And the gun, for the price, is really well worth it. It comes with 1 mag and then 2 here in the stock that it holds. And yeah, I've seen some really dope builds of this thing on Reddit. I'll put the picture up here. And yeah, it's just a really nice compact thing. Comes with a threaded barrel, and I believe when I bought it, it came with an optic. This, I think, is the most expensive gun that I have in the collection, because I bought it pretty much retail price. But for these 9mm ones, they're going down like quite a bit. I have mine bone stock, but man, I can't wait to really customize this. I just need a bit of the funding. But yeah, this is a really dope PCC. Let's say if you were going camping or something, you need a quick takedown. This is definitely it. I think this is a lot better than the Kel-Tec Sub 2000, just because it directly folds out, no issues. And then versus the Kel-Tec, even the Gen 3 Sub 2000, you could put an optic on it, but unfolding that thing, you gotta take it out of its pin, rotate it, and then kind of clamp it. This is just one direct fold, one direct unfold, you're done, you're good to go. But yeah, this is my Smith & Wesson FPC stock. you know, hey, don't judge me yet. I will get this out sometime. Up next, we have the G-Force Arms Blade 6. Now, this is probably the most popular video on the channel, was my review of the G-Force Arms Blade 6. Really good budget PCC, CZ Scorpion clone. You see it's a full metal chassis. This thing is not going to break down on you anytime soon. But the main reason I got this one over others is because of how cheap it was. We are in fact clear, but this right here, this beautiful thing right here. Ooh, that HK slap, man. That is something that you can achieve for less than $1,000. I'm buying it. I'm buying it. I don't care. I did a full-length review of this on one of my older videos, so feel free to watch that if you want more details on this. Nothing much to say. Cheap flip-up sights, cheap optic, Glock extendo, SB brace, threaded barrel. You know the works. Picatinny's on both sides, bottom and top. Yeah, beautiful gun. I got the Luxe version. I found it on Gunbroker. This was a pretty competitive bid, but still well under $500. So definitely recommend this one. Pick this one up if you can. Yeah, really dope gun. This is my G-Force Arms Blade 6. All right. Getting into the first big boy here. This is a dope semi-automatic shotgun. AK variant. Let me get back here so you can kind of see this whole thing. Really dope. This is the JTS AKT1, and these things are pretty dope. I wanted to get into the AK platform, but as you know, AKs are pretty fucking expensive, and 7.62, the price of that is even going up, and I just wanted to do this really at the end of the day, just a pulling charging handle. I bought this 12 gauge semi-auto for, I believe, 250 bucks. This, I don't know if they're still selling, but if you do manage to find one, I definitely recommend you pick it up. It has a Picatinny rail. It's kind of modernized with the M-Lock here, and comes with some 5-round magazines. I believe they make 10 rounders, and there's a way to kind of mill this mag well, so that way you can fit like Saiga AK drums. Holy shit, hold on. Yeah, and like I said, $250 gun, but really dope shotgun for the money. Definitely, probably some of the best value that I've gotten out of a shotgun. And if you do end up getting one of these, I recommend you run the gas setting 3 on here to run most rounds. It just really depends on what you're shooting, but I found that the gas setting 3 works with everything. But yeah, my first ever AK, and it's a Chinese shotgun. Here you go, the AK T1 by JTS. Really good gun. Okay, and I know I said that the Palmetto State Dagger was the first handgun I ever bought. It also came with the first rifle I ever bought, which is this right here. This is my PSA AR. I believe it's just called the AR, PSA AR-15 or something like that, but it is very much kind of like the Smith & Wesson Sport. Really good budget gun. I obviously tricked mine the hell out, but the base gun, I'll throw up a picture of what that kind of looked like. It looked kind of, it did what it was supposed to do, but it didn't look cool by any means. It looked kind of cheap. So everything here from the bottom, this came with it, this came with it. I threw a riser, Pinty optic, and it came with this flip up here, this mag pull flip up. And then I changed the handguard on it, threw a hand stop, and bam, before you knew it, I had a pretty Gucci AR platform. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to showcase this build because you do not have to spend a lot to get a cool looking AR. You can buy a cheap AR and then just upgrade the parts of it, and then you end up having a rifle that is well above its worth, as far as the gun. And this riser, I know it looks kind of silly, but I have it configured that way, so that way if I ever need to get on target, it's just as simple as this. There's none of that head bop. It's quite simply this. I can see the dot, Obviously, when you zero this thing, you got to put it pretty fucking low, but man, this is a dope AR. I'm not going to go too much into the details of reliability because I do plan to do a review on this just to kind of showcase how good a PSA AR-15 can be. But yeah, this was the first rifle I ever owned. This is the PSA AR-15. Pretty dope. Alright, so up next we have something that is PSA's cheap budget gun competitor, and it's something from Bear Creek Arsenal. So the lower and the upper is from Bear Creek Arsenal, and I did customize it to kind of be a DMR style build. Boom, look at this fucking thing. This thing is huge, man. 20-inch barrel, cold hammer forged. Getting a cold hammer forged barrel for under $300 is insane. I believe the upper cost me about like 250 bones. I have a CQR Gen 2 stock, and I know it looks wild, and you're saying, why would you ever use this as a DMR stock? This is my DMR. It looks like something out of Halo, and we have a CV Life LPVO up here. I believe it zooms in 10 times, but more realistically 1 to like 8 or 1 to 7, because when you get in those farther zoom ranges it kind of blurs up a little bit. But yeah, I just wanted some kind of sniper rifle style build. That's why we got the 10 round magazine, just to give it that, you know, Hitman style look. But I'll tell you why I'm running this stock instead of a classic A2 lower for something like a DMR, is because whenever you put the gun to your chest here, you kind of do have to look down. I hate that. You know, a lot of the fatigue comes from you aiming down a sight. So what I like about this stock here, it's initially designed for close quarters, but what you can do is you can just put it kind of in that ditch of your collarbone, and then, you know, you don't got to go too down. You just got to throw the chin down a little bit instead of have to lean to the side or the left like that. But yeah, this is a pretty dope gun build. I also have candid sights on here, and yeah, this is pretty cheap. Does not look cheap, but I promise you this is pretty cheap. This is my Bear Creek Arsenal AR-15. Whew, I just realized I forgot one PCC here. This I did already make a video on, but this is my M11 from Masterpiece Arms that I customized using the Aves Rails 16-inch upper. It's got all this M-lock space. I threw a Picatinny rail down here, and yes, we are clear. We got an optic on a riser. This is also Pinty Optics. It's a pretty cheap optic. And we got the folding stock from MPA and standard PMags. Beautiful, beautiful gun. This is probably the gun I'm most proud of because, you know, just from what it originally was to what it is now is absolutely insane. And, you know, I was just there for the journey with this thing. This is probably one of my most favorite PCCs in the collection. The trigger has this kind of slap back to it, so it's really easy to just really like it a lot. But and for those of you that do want to know what was originally on it, I did have the regular top cocking upper on here, and that used to be just this. Let's see if I can get like a good view here, but it used to just be like this, and now it's a whole fucking PCC. And I made the thing longer because I had bought this stock and I was like, I cannot use this legally because of the NFA, but let me just throw a fucking big ass upper on it, and before you know it, you know, you got this cool cyberpunk looking, before you know it, you got this cool cyberpunk looking Mac 11. This thing is pretty badass. Really love this thing. Now, if you know the channel, you'll know that I uploaded a video titled how to build a cheap 300 blackout unpatched. Now, in the video, it did get taken down because I was showing you guys resources and links and things like that as to where to buy it. But I did end up purchasing it anyway, and the whole build ran me around 370 like 8 bones after taxes. So the last 2 guns that I have here are going to be my 300 blackout builds, multiple. I got 2 of them for under $1,000. So this is the first one, and this is a modernized kind of Global War on Terror style quad rail here up front, and then I have a adjustable front sight. This is a Davidson Defense lower, and then we have a Davidson Defense upper, which is a really good manufacturer if you're trying to build an AR-15 for pretty cheap, and it doesn't feel super cheap. This is like, well, I mean, you know, the mag's wobbly a little bit, but you know, that's expected. This doesn't even have a bolt in it. I still got to get a bolt carrier for it, but this is going to be my wife's modern 300 blackout build. And yeah, this thing is pretty dope. Obviously it's clear, the bolt carrier is not in it. But yeah, you get a quad rail, a lot of modularity. I gotta throw some covers on here so that way my wife doesn't fucking cut herself. But we got that cool modernized carry handle that my other AR-15 has, and I just can't wait to, you know, throw some things on here like an AFG and all types of stuff, so that way my wife has a pretty nice 300 blackout build. But anyway, yeah, this is a Davidson. We're not rich here. A Davidson Defense AR-15 chambered in 300 blackout. Man, I imagine what that looks like with a can. Whew, it's gonna be pretty fire. All right, and last but definitely not least, we have a DPMS Kitty Cat modernized. This thing is pretty beautiful, and for compliance, yes, we are in fact clear as well. Look at this thing. We have the fixed retro carry handle with the A2 fixed front post sight. Beautiful, beautiful gun. And unlike the original DPMS Kitty Cat, we have M-lock slots on this tiny, tiny rail and a groove there, so that way you can throw your thumb in there, bam, pull that thing in, blacka, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait to put a can on this as well. Cans are just pretty expensive, and I'm waiting for the inevitable tax to kind of go away, so that way I could just purchase a suppressor without having to pay $200. But yeah, this is probably my favorite build, and I am kind of going to gatekeep these manufacturers because I do have a review that I'm doing on this coming out soon, but I'll give you a ballpark price. I kind of paid under $600 for this, and if you know anything about the cool DPMS Kitty Cat, is that this gun costs around $800 to $1,000, and that is just base, and it doesn't even come with M-lock slots. It does have a cool retro look, but it's also just very hard to find. I think right now they're selling for I think right now they're mostly like sold out. It's hard to even get one OG one, so I just took it upon myself to build one for way cheaper, and that is this right here, the DPMS Kitty Cat. And that's pretty much all the guns that I have so far. I do have some more coming in the mail, and obviously more gun reviews are going to be coming out in the future. It's just a matter of me having more money and being able to purchase ammo to get out there in the range and really shoot them, because I could post a review of all of these guns where I'm just talking about the specs, but at the end of the day, what is cool to watch is range footage, and if I can't provide you guys with that, I just don't want to make the video yet. So it's just a matter of money, and if you guys can be patient with me and wait, I have a few more videos coming out where it's just going to be more of a commentary style thing on firearms. And yeah, the reviews are coming, and you'll be able to see how I built a lot of these cool cheap guns, and be able to understand, know what manufacturers they come from, so that way you guys can have some good guns for cheap, because there's way too many I don't want to say gangbangers out here, but people will buy guns for cheap, and it's like the ATI Hybrid Omni Max, and it's an ARP, and it's got no pistol brace on it. It's just a buffer tube. Like, you don't want to do the budget gun like that at all. You want to be able to spend as low amount of money as possible and have something that is reliable and dependable, as well as look cool. You don't want those ghetto blaster ARPs with no stock on them. So if you're really interested in building a budget build, please like and subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna throw my Instagram handle, boom, up here, and feel free to follow me on there, stalk my life, and I also post all the other things that I buy and are going to be coming out in future reviews. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. That is my gun collection so far as of July 26, 2025 here. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the guns. There's still a lot of things I do want to do, to modify them, but for the most part, that's mainly what I got going on. And let me know what you guys think of what I have so far in the comment section down below. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing those pieces, and I'm out.